Yeah, dude. Guys, if you're at home, me and Will right here or right here, I don't know which way it's coming out, but we're making contact through video across the whole United States from one corner to the other. We're on the same latitude, but not the same longitude. Why? Okay, wait, what does that say? Hold on. Orientation is locked. Rotate. Oh, that's not it. Can I press that? No? Hold on, we're just can you see that? I can see you and I can see myself. That's weird, man. Like maybe is that the way it is? Because I can see both of us and you can see me. Wait, no, you can't see me, right?
I can't see you. No. Whole state of Oregon.
Well, it's five. Oh, it's almost six. Six
Yeah.
o'clock, but the sun's still burning, man. So it's getting not even dark yet. Um, Save those. Did you watch it? Yeah.
Yeah, come on, awesome.
Oh, cool. Did it make you want to keep watching it? And I looped it, and so that was really cool, man.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting how you like they had, and
Will,
you're right.
do you realize how many people in the chat said in the comment section said that that was really JFK and they were no shitting? That it's a big subject right now. Somebody's like, why'd you pick that one guy? Because he looked weird. That's why. No, he had an old hat. You guys check it out at home if you're watching. There's one person. But no, check it out. It's my new short, and dude, that looks eerie. It looks like it's like Halloween.
Sure.
Um, is there? Do you see the live chat, or is there no chat?
I just see a green light on saying it's got a picture of me. I still can't see your face. I don't.
So weird, man. There's an X in the corner, but I'm sure that means like turned it off.
Yeah.
So that's weird. When I block the back, oh, I guess I could rotate. No, it won't let me. Whoa. So you can't see anything. Guys, if you're at home, Will can't see anything. He's blind. He's not literally blind, but no, he's the connection is like this. If you ever can zoom my zoom. I'm trying to get the zoom down, Will. Started playing with it and it won't go back to normal. I think it's back to normal. I gotta wipe the screen. Hold on. Yeah, no,
We have
seriously.
we have fun.
So I wonder if both channels get like you'll have a simulcast of it. But I invited you through the message. Like,
Cool. Yeah. I that's the way.
guys, if you're just joining, Will to my left or right, I don't even know which way it is. He's in Maine, I'm in Oregon. We're saying hi. Yeah, we're just like hanging out. Talk about was gonna say 3. Yep, 3 years, and we've never physically met, but know each other like a brother, man.
Yes, we do. Calling you on the phone. Oh, that was pretty cool.
So weird. Man, I ended the last word and went hit send, and then it was like boop, and you called. I don't think like now it says that there's nobody. You know? Yeah. I mean that's what
Uh,
it says.
just a little check.
Um, I guess I could turn the camera around. And do you have StreamYard?
Yeah, I have it installed. Yeah,
That's what I go with my buddy and his puppet.
yeah.
StreamYard. And he just like we did, we sent the text and connected up. But I'm sure the viewers at home can see. Hey,
Oh,
if there's one person watching, I'm gonna tell you, hey man, if you're watching, can you type in the bottom corner or somewhere? Just type that you can see both of us or none of us or one of us. Which one can you see? Here, I'll turn on my chat, live chat.
it's getting pretty dark out.
Why won't? I don't know because it's a stream, man. Oh, there's 3 people. Welcome, welcome. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about Billy the Kid's piano. No, it wasn't his
Yes.
pianos. No, it was the piano that he hid behind. So stay tuned.
Okay.
We'll talk about it. No? So where Billy the Kid hid out in Lincoln, Arizona, um, that's where my family were from. And so somebody in my family, they knew the guy in the bar that owned the bar. And so when Billy the Kid broke out, I went and visited him, man, in '95, and he faked that he had a stomach ache, and he's all, guards, I need your help. And then he grabbed his gun and shot that guy in the head and went running down the stairs. And midway on the stairs, uh, a guy like sheriff was there, and he blew his fucking hole in his head, right in his head, and it blew the stucco on the wall. And then they framed it with plexiglass. Then he went outside and he killed another dude, and he ran into the bar and he got into a big old gunfight with the fucking sheriffs, and everybody like went and hid, and he grabbed the piano and turned it sideways and started firing, and the sheriffs came in kicking down the door, and so he was like filling the place. He was firing so fast it filled the whole bar full of smoke. They couldn't even see him, man. And then he went running. He got shot, and so he held his chest, because he was shot, Billy the Kid, and so but he fired all these shots like bam, 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 and it filled the whole bar up with smoke. And so he went running out next to him, and they missed him, and he got away. And so my grandma, she bought the piano, and it had Billy the Kid's bloody handprint. For sure. And so when I was in 5th grade, I think 6th grade, I did a report on Billy the Kid's the piano. That was still in my family's thing, and it was an article, in the local paper. And so my grandma gave it to the Smithsonian.
The piano itself.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the piano is in the safeguards of the Smithsonian, because they have a Billy the Kid section, I guess. Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. 1667. Oh, for sure. And the England was engaged in sending people here for punishment. as you know, with your family. You know? Um, and so they had to land here with nothing and work their way through, and chopping down trees for land rights. And then they ended up accumulating enough, and there was two brothers, and then they grew every generation. They doubled, you know, and they made their way from Maryland to Texas. Still to this day, there's 1,500 McPhersons in Texas.
Wow.
I went to a reunion in 95, and that's when we saw the Billy the Kid place, and we went to the gravesite. That's like not down, just down the street, and most of the grave people were my family, and so I don't know which one of the families. It was just like one family, and they moved from Maryland across, like, kind of near Texas into Arizona, and so in Lincoln, they owned. It was quite a few what is it called? Pexels. It's like
Or
600
rod.
by 600 miles.
Yeah,
And
probably rods, right?
yeah, I'm not sure. I
Mm,
remember my grandma telling me a story about how she got to school and she rode a horse through all these people's properties. But that was back in the day when they couldn't put up a fence because people had to cross through their land to get to school and go to the town. And so it was trippy
right.
spending the time with her. I went on this trip. It was like a 3-day car ride with my grandma in the back seat, and she'd be like, "Well, I don't know," and my uncle was named Joel, and she would be like in the middle of the story, and then she'd be like, "Joel, now was it red or blue?" And then she'd spend the next 25 miles, like, "Oh, I don't know. Maybe
Wow.
it was red. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter." So, anyways, in 1927, Joel, was it 27? Or was it? Oh, I can't remember. Yeah, Mom, it was 27. Well, anyways, I rode a horse. And my father kept that horse for me. And she's like, I rode it now. She's all, now my brother. She's all, he spanked that horse, hit him with a board. And she's like, my daddy took his right away, took his horse away. So he had to walk all through the acres, all the way to school.
Wow.
She died in the 90s. My dad's mom, and she lived to like her 90s, but she had Alzheimer's and dementia, and she was stuck in like 1937, and so she thought that my dad was her husband, and she thought that my mom was his floozy, and she'd be like, "You fat whore, get off of my man!" And so one time she totally planned an escape, and so she got up, and my mom's all, "Hey, mom, how you doing?" And my dad went to work, and she's all, "How you doing?" She's all, "Oh, just fine." And she's all, "Oh, okay. Well, would you like something to eat?" She's like, "Oh, I'd like something to eat." She's all, "Well, then I'll make you some grits right here." She's all, "Oh, I'd like that. Thank you very much." And then my mom's all, "Okay, well, you can sit down over there." So she sits at the table, and my mom turns her back to do dishes, and she's talking away, and she turns, and my grandma's gone. And the chair's pulled back, the front door's open, and she planned an escape from that fat hussy. And that's what she told the cop. And so my mom, like this was before cell phones, and So my mom rushes out with her car and drives down the street. It was not a good neighborhood. It was one of those industrial neighborhoods, lots of homeless and kind of weirdness. But there was a trailer park, and she thought that that was her trailer park, and she was wondering where her two children were, and she had seven. And
Holy
so that's how
moly.
they know that she was in like the 1937. And so my mom the cops came and she blocked the entrance to the trailer park on foot. And then, so the cops came and then um, she got to use like the cop's cell phone. And she called my dad at work at the shop. Said, "What the hell do you want me to do with mom? You know?" And she's stuck in 47. And he's all, "Well, just have the officers." And they had to arrest my grandma that was 89 years old because she refused. She's all, "She's a fat hussy." And she doesn't drink or nothing, man. She's a Southern belle, like old school, old, like church going lady, you know. She just came all mean, man, about my mom. And but yeah, I mean, she lived a long life, and her mom before her lived a long life, 99. So, man, you're darked out, dark five. Um, I bet you Maine has a lot of like those Halloween kind of looking nights, man, when it's like the moon and like yeah, some like sketchy looking trees and um. When I went to Augusta, I was like, "Wait, where'd you go, man?" Oh, there you are.
If the moon's out, but it's being covered up. But yeah, the moon's out. I was just checking that out.
Oh shit! What did I say? Dave Highlight. It's kind of weird. Like usually you're able to see down below like all the chats or something if there was
Yeah.
chats, you know. But but I see up above like people coming in and out, you know. Yeah. Yeah, we were talking, like before. Sorry about that. Man, you look like, oh, your picture's frozen. There you go. Man, you look like you got a good tan, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have the book that I referenced, my family book right now. I mean, I can get it for tomorrow, but you know, it's like I grew up, knowing about the South and the Civil War and what it was for and what they said it was for. But it turns out, like in my family book, it covers from 1667 forward, has every census report. Back in the day, people had to census all their belongings to the government, and so slave was used, but the word slave back then meant something else, and it meant apprenticeship, and you paid off your way to get here. You know,
Yeah.
and they're like, yeah, that's what a slave is, and you're like, well, I don't know if you go into contract over that and you're treated well, and but my family has records of paying them,
Yeah.
and so they weren't a slave. Right. They like kissed goodbye to mom and dad in Uganda or Uganda and got on the boat and left.
Yeah.
No, please don't go. I will go to America and I will be prosperous and I would send back money to you and mother and father. Why? They're always so happy, man. They're like, yes, I would go. I would be the representative for the family.
Hey, there's your picture.
You can see now. Guys, you're watching at home, the two of you. Will just saw my picture for the first time in like a few minutes. In 20 minutes.
I found
He's here. All right. Start over. How you guys doing?
Dude,
Welcome to the
you
show.
know what? Really, this is all.
This is Will. I'm bmx4me. We're on two different sides of the coast, guys. He's on the east. I'm on the west. We don't need to get into any geographical locations or anything like that, guys. But yeah, we're on the same latitude. Longitude? Will? Longitude or latitude? Long it's the one that goes around the globe.
There you go.
Longitude, because it's a long way around. But wait a minute. If it's up and down, it's still the long way around. And if you turn it, right, then doesn't it become different? And so it's only perspective. It's only perspectively accurate to north.
Yeah, you know what's really crazy is we're both connected on the Pacific Atlantic Ocean.
Connected by land in the middle, but totally different from the two oceans.
Yeah. I bet eventually.
I would not surf in Maine, man. That is crazy. That is a strong river. No, not a river, an ocean.
You don't want to swim in free water?
Hypothermia is like at 50 something,
Yeah.
right? I think so. Is it fully dark there?
Yeah, it's fully dark here. Yeah. What's it look like outside your place?
All right, let's go on a journey. Guys, Will wants me to show outside. So let's show outside. I don't think there's anybody watching. But, you know, I used to lie. I lived a couple times. And there was more people watching than you think there is.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Can we turn the camera around? Yeah, right here. Oh. You see it?
No, sir. No, your face is frozen on this side.
Oh, fuck.
Crazy.
Big old beady sun going on. And it's, what time? 6 o'clock?
But you're there today.
It's about 90. Look, the cable came and sprayed a whole bunch of things on my nice black side or a nice black driveway. And then they dug a hole over there and caused a whole bunch of problems. Can you see me now?
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Still a little bit left of the day. I guess so. Man, it always makes you think you got to be outside. You're like, are you past sunset? Yeah. You know what'd be cool is to do a live sunset with each other, like time it right, and so you'd be showing it, and it would pop up, and then I would be showing it, and it'd pop up, and then we get other people around the world that can do it. Yeah. I wonder if your channel gave any type of notification that Yugen Bliss was live. No, I didn't do the monetization, so it's an
Oh yeah,
open public video, but no commercials or no money made,
right.
and that's just. I mean, if I was at least as big as your channel, then probably it would be. It might get the algorithm's attention. They go up and down. They're like
I'm not even close to being monetized. I got like 3,000 watch time hours to go. So, but that's okay
um
with me. It's okay. The way that I have my channel, doing it for myself. And if anything, you know,
I mean, you got to do what makes you happy, and otherwise it ain't worth a damn. You know. Right, like it was before. Back to the roots of it. You know.
well, because
Back to.
24/7, I don't have to do that anymore.
Hey, what side are you on when you look at your phone? What side are you on the picture? And I'm on the left side. So if I turn this way, oh, I'm frozen. Right, right, right. Um, well, they definitely gave the notification to people because people have been popping in at two groups to four groups at a time, and then they pop out, because they're scrolling and they're like, "Oh, it's just two dudes talking." You know, you got to kind of set it up with a premiere, and say, "Hey, on this premiere, we're going to be talking about Wild America, and the way it used to be." You know,
That's crazy. You know, it's bothers me a lot because there's a lot of people out there that
yeah, yeah. Well, that's the realest thing. Yeah, it's a total feeling that inspires the video.
well,
You
that's
know,
what I'm saying. If you, it kind of hurts your channel, like my channel, by doing it that way. Does that make sense? Because I'm not a guy
no.
that I don't live inside a box. I don't like being
So
stuck inside a box.
what I've learned
So
from it in just a short time, I think I've been monetized for a month and a half or something. which isn't a real big deal. Like, cause at my level, it's so low that like it doesn't make much money. But um, it's like this. Like before, I didn't want to have anybody tell me the type of video to make and take away my inspiration, like what we're talking about. But
Right.
um, it's a partnership. And what you're agreeing with, and they tell you, you don't have to like monetize the button, and so you can launch whatever you want in shorts and whatever you want in videos, unmonetized, and then they leave it out of it. um you could also put things in public, or public, or in private. um and so for the videos though that you expect money for, like, you're providing like an interesting platform that's safe for a commercial advertiser, and non-objective, non-political, non-everything, right? And then you have to fall into that. And so it's not so much as they're like you have to create that type of content, but you can also feel free to connect, do your own stuff, you know. Oh wow, the chat just came on. What you smoking? Oh, I'm smoking a cigar. Yeah, it's called Dean's. It's like some sort of cigar. Yeah. My chat just turned on.
No, it's
You guys
crazy because
creaking?
I've been on YouTube
Creaking.
and uh, I just realized how it doesn't matter about the
Right. Dude, yeah.
minimum of 10 million views on a video.
And you gotta walk up the steps. Either you're gonna have like your very own green slide video that's gonna like just for whatever reason, the algorithm grabs it and sends it to 64 million people, or whatever. Or that you're gonna have to teach your own algorithm, and you have to be patient. And that like every video will not be a success. You'll have videos that have six fucking you'll hit the button and the algorithm will be like, nope, nope. And you're like, how do you know you didn't send it to anybody? You
Right.
know? And so on the shorts, they work your way up. And so now shorts are getting like 12,000. I have more than one that's 12,000. And the next step is in your 20,000s, you know? And then they'll so oh, and also they do every other video. It's like, or more like 3 videos. Every third video they do one that's 12,000 or 10,000, but other than that, it gets 400 or 500, and it just stops. Just like doesn't matter what it is. It's just like it hits that number and it's done. You know, right? No, exactly. And anybody that has a channel that's trying to pump a thing, I would suggest for them to get a couple of channels, other than your YouTube channel. I mean, other YouTube channels. You know, and then you can watch your own stuff. And what it matters is the time frame within those first 30 minutes. And when you get
Yeah.
out the gate, like the first minute. And so, say if you have one channel of YouTube on your TV, so you get that going, and then you grab your girlfriend's phone and you come in on her channel, her other channel, and you get that going, and then you get another one. That'll make the algorithm instantly go boop and bump it to like into the thousands. You know,
I see. That's a good idea. Good. I'm glad we're talking about this because that's a great idea. I didn't realize that part of it.
but to get there, like, I mean, to do that, like a planned video, and you're like, hey, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna make a 12,000 video or whatever. Um, it's kind of hard, and it's almost like painting a picture. Like, you're gonna get better and better at it. Um, and you can take videos, and if it only gets 12 or something, then it's assigned to you from the algorithm. Put it back and change something. It wants you to. It wants you to change the title. It wants you to change the or the picture. And that's a hard one because you have to delete it. You only get one opportunity to fix that picture. And usually what you do is you find your picture in the video that you want to take a picture of, and then you
Yeah.
screenshot it and then have it
Yep.
in your queue, you know? And then when you make the video, you have to like put it in there. Otherwise, it's gonna pick the middle. If it's 10-second video, then it'll go 5 seconds.
Just
Hmm.
businesses in the area that give me money, like, it's not a
Right,
lot of
because
money, but it's a form to be able to me feel good because supporting my channel.
exactly.
And
And
that
then
makes me feel good because these are friends that really do think that my stuff.
and the algorithm wants it all. They
Yeah,
want you to do videos, but they don't really care too much about those. But they want you to do them, and they still want you to do shorts a lot. But and they want live. You do a live feed, and once you do all that, then you start checking off the boxes, the algorithm, and then it starts sending you to different
yeah.
blocks.
Another thing that I want to start working on some of that stuff is there's a lot of stuff that maybe could help somebody. So maybe eventually down the road I can do.
I mean, people do like listening to people conversate as long as they got a good conversation to conversate about, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, we both
Yeah.
is in one country. This country's huge, and every state has a different culture, and it's kind of converse in this conversation and how different we are, but we have so much in common.
Totally. I agree. I don't have a rebuttal for that one yet. Um, hey, quit barking. Dog's barking.
Up and what makes us all tick and run and make the decisions that we make. You know,
When the decision that you make is a flash of an eye, flash of a millisecond, and I may or may not be responsible for my thoughts and actions per minute.
right?
Right.
Eh, I think it's very wise to be able to use
Oh, totally.
because we don't think the same. Cognitively, same level on, but as a generally speaking, see what people say differently, and it's how you say it too is very nice. Can dict to somebody the wrong
No, seriously.
things.
Younger people don't quite know that connection yet. You know.
Well, it's hard because I was a younger kid too once, and I understand when I'm speaking, because that volume at a keel, it's easier for someone to listen to than it is if you guys are down with your volume. It's just like on the radio. You don't want to hear crisp voice.
Right.
It's just with someone talking. You want someone that's talking with confidence. Oh, you know what I mean? You want someone that keeps that rhythm. It's an art. It's an art to be able to talk to somebody and to be able to listen. It really is.
Because it's like this thing that's enjoyable, right? But people get the wrong idea that like it's not just what's coming out of your mouth, that it's an enjoyable session. And so you have to give people the chance to talk. Um, you're supposed to be like your family, non-judgmental and non-biased and only supportive. It's not your thing go, it's not a good idea to drive a car with bald tires. You just support whatever the person does, and that's how you be supportive and a good ear.
To a conclusion here that we both agree on.
Right.
What is it that you have to be? There's got to be. The Gemini effect, because a Gemini is someone that,
Had a couple ex-girlfriends like
and
that.
that's really country. We're living a Gem, and that makes it very hard as a car to make a solid. My life,
Yeah, and then nobody holds them accountable for that they just sat there and lied. Spent,
or not, and it's even
the whole
further than that.
campaign and lied. Yep. Yeah, I mean, the president hasn't. Yep, and given back to the people and make it what it's supposed to, a constitutional republic.
Because
You
our
know,
governor got.
you know, like some of the people that might be on Trump's cabinet is like Vivek, and Vivek has a personal vindictive, personal thing about the three-letter governments and how they're put there to stop business, big business, from proceeding away from the He was all pharmaceuticals. His companies made uh, um, pills that were set down from the patent table.
Mm,
And so, and then Elon Musk is going to be part of the group, and he has problems with the FAA, you know, and so he's going to go after those three-letter agencies. And I think you're right. I mean, there's just too much of these agencies that like nobody controls them, nobody knows what they're doing, you know,
exactly.
and they take a lot of money.
of the P Diddy thing, the
Yeah. Filtered out. Yep.
and argument because
Yeah, their agenda is not the agenda of the people, man.
no, and it's not.
No way. No way. And you know what I'm tired of? Is like I would live on the West Coast, and all my life they said Washington, Oregon, California, Arizona, those were blue. And they're stamped blue before even they freaking those are the states that they're lying. It's not the people's people want to change and they know what they have to do. They know that they have to elect some sort of on the other side
And to
to
be
like
honest,
no, it's more than one person, right? You know, but it starts with one person, you know, and a
with
group
one person.
and a cabinet that goes after, you know, corruptness, you know. And the connection between the news media isn't a fair deal. That BlackRock controls way too much of what the media says and does, and that's not
Absolutely, yeah.
reporting, you know? Did you hear you probably didn't hear this, but the shooter, the actual kid, man, was on a BlackRock commercial when he was younger, and that's kind of a you know, you might wanna you know, some people think that it's a false flag because there was that shooting that was at the school, and then there was, David Keys and, David something, I forgot his name, and he was in high school there, you know, and he was a witness to, like, hiding in the closet and shit, and but he had been on the news in California, you know, before, and so it's like every one of these people have a connection to mainstream media,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yep.
that's their mainstream media is the one that's willing to lie. Like, we saw it with this Trump thing, you know, and their inconsistencies are just beyond to report them blatantly.
Not do a good job.
No, but the yeah.
Opinion.
No, seriously, because then everybody wants to point a finger, and it's not a time to point the finger. It's a time to maybe if you're gonna point a finger, point it at the past and say that's where we used to be. So let's try to like constitutionalize all these decisions. You know?
To be honest with you, I think that see in a strategic way.
And that's why, you know, the United States doesn't deal with some of these countries. Why? Because their political people in charge are they view everything through their eyes and apply it to the Quran. or something like that. It's their interpretation of
Hmm.
what it should be, not constitutionally, but by the Bible. And that's just wrong, man. There's so much way to have crookedness, as we know with the Vatican. To the Vatican? Ah,
Aware of a fellow points about um, of words and what they mean and what
yeah.
bank means and the court system and all that stuff. And that's another subject we could probably talk to when I get more information. I'm remembering who that was. Can't believe I forgot it, but it's been a while. So, uh, no, I think that
Right. It's almost like you know what to expect. You know what your rights are. Man, I'm covered in ants. Right. And I think that's the flaw. See, okay, check this out. When you go back to the first democracy, Athens, Greece, and they didn't stack up any one mini laws. Each law was separate, and each law was yes or no. And it was up to the politicians to come up with good laws, like to for the king or the empire to use that the people wanted. And if they
yeah,
didn't, then once a year the people could get together and they could vote against the person, and the person would be banished. It would be banished for making a bad idea. Just an idea, man. And it'd be like, nope, you should know your people better, and then you're out. And but there's no connection. They always say, "Oh, call your senator," and blah blah blah. Yeah, there's nothing you can stop the corruptness that they push. You know,
not having control of the situation. To accept that idea that you're only in control of your own thoughts.
right?
It's being presented to you. It's your job to actually reason to your best of your ability.
Right. Part of the play that's playing out. Some of us get to see the end of the movie, but some of us never saw the credits.
That's right, exactly. And that today is their own dreams, not knowing what we're doing. And to me,
Using us
that's the
as
greatest.
energy.
And
That's
to
what I think they.
be doing something against your will, not knowing, it's completely wrong.
Like the people that slept in those pods on Matrix. You know,
Yeah, I
Um,
mean,
what's sad is the numbers that they say. They say that it's more like 1.5 million odds that we're not in a matrix. That's scary. Yeah, yeah. Is it unbiased?
fucking word of God,
Oh man, millennials are the worst
and
ones
that is
about it. Sorry, millennials. Don't believe.
for
Like,
me.
get two opinions, man. We used to get three opinions back in the day, in the 80s and 90s. We got three opinions, people.
To the answer you're trying to find. It's devastating to you, right?
Yeah.
Produce, you know what I'm saying? So
People do with the medical.
you
That they
got
just
to
believe that
do.
what the doctor is not trying to sell you something or a ill procedure or something that you don't even need. Yeah, yeah, don't take
Take some
nobody's
word for
word.
it.
Take your word. How about that? Only take your word for it. Ooh, you know
And
what
you
I
take
learned?
that,
I learned
you're
just
going to look
recently.
like the fool.
I learned this, Will. Misinformation is from the citizens. Okay. It's basically your opinion. But disinformation is information made up by the government and spewed out through a media source. And even though the media has been trying to say that all the YouTuber creators were causing disinformation, but that in itself was a lie, and that was disinformation.
Mm,
Yeah, it's crazy. And it's like a giant wordplay that the
it
media
sure
uses.
is.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
you got to think totally. Um, I still got some light. Oh man, Will. Last Thursday, 4 of the most high tech fucking jets you ever seen, military, flew over my house at like 1,000 feet in formation. They were Raptors.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I tried to film it. They moved so fast, I couldn't even film it, dude.
Mm,
And I'm like, and they came from the coast, probably dispatched from a carrier, doing a little loopy loop.
you're aware of it, but
Right, right.
it up. Going to split us. It's going to be superseding everybody. There's going to be
Yep.
Trump. And
Dude,
the other
watch.
thing that
Yeah.
well, go ahead.
No, after watching the Civil War movie, the new one, you'll see that that's their intention is to quarter up the United States. Yeah.
We are. We've been in martial law, and the Americans haven't even realized since And the reason why I think the United States is because it's lawlessness. We can make decisions the way they're making decisions when we're at martial law. And there's a lot of things that the American constituents don't understand about that. And I know there's going to be a lot of people out there that doesn't know what he's talking.
Yeah.
This whole subject.
Yeah.
And if you really want to know, go do it. Because I'm not going to sit here and argue with somebody because you're wrong. At this point,
It's like arguing with a flat earther.
it sure is. And it's not, it's a waste of energy and time.
It is, man. No, it just awareness. I mean, we're on the right track. I'm really surprised after this whole thing that happened since last week that America's kind of responding good. Not the bad you hear, but everybody's compassionate, have empathy. Um, they don't. We're not gotten to the point that the average person wishes harm. You know.
You know, it's
It's going to be different.
So
There'll be different postage, maybe different money. Maybe we might get the euro.
doesn't go that way. I hope it goes the opposite.
Right.
They're going to be able to have that red button. They can shut you off at any given moment. They have control of your money. You know what I mean? So
There was like some fast food places that locally they just decided that they were going to accept cash, like for a whole day, and the lady was really rude. And I'm all, wait a minute, you don't accept cash? She's like, told you, why are you still standing there? Get out of here. We only accept card. You know, and I was like, what fucking type of shit is that? What? Wow.
stop.
That is messed up.
Getting tags
Oh,
on tagging cars. We attacked at Walmart and arrested, but I don't know what happened. Not do
okay, I
for
got
their
one for you.
safety.
I
Isn't
got
that
one.
crazy?
It is, and it's like kind of corruption. So yeah, no. Um, no, they're on the Bluebird team. Um, but one thing that I noticed was that okay, I was scrolling through my pages one day. It was just yesterday. And I came across a random video just from a random YouTuber, had 130 subscribers, and he posted a video of him filming outside of his apartment this utility worker that was a guy tried to beat him up and then he jumped him inside of his utility truck. The guy, the utility worker, had a gun,
Wow.
and the guy's like, and he backs up, right? And then the guy shoots at his car, the utility truck, and then the guy, he crosses the street, the utility worker, and the guy puts it in full fucking pedal to the metal and runs the utility worker over with his own truck. And so
Crazy.
that was random enough. And so I come across the guy, the algorithm, just sends me to this guy that has about 100 subscribers, and he's a lineman. And he has this video of showing all over the United States all these attacks on linemen, power people,
Wow.
of terrorist attacks against them. No.
Some ways. I don't know. It's everything.
That's for sure. You got to weed your way through the thicket.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna let you go because I've hit over an hour, and I just wanted to keep it down. I still gotta go and do my thing this evening. But dude, I'm glad we did this. So you figure out yourself how to do it too. So then your channel will be able to get the credits for me coming on your thing. Yeah, I mean it was pretty easy, just like you said. Just added the guest and right on. Hey, I love you, bro. This is Vegan Bliss, Road to Happiness. And I'm bmx4me.
man.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Bye.